More shit! Hi, my name's Dave, I'm also known as Infected Flinch, and this is one of many video responses I've got to do. Sounded really excited to do that then, didn't I? No, but this one, he kind of did it a while ago, and it's TRexSpaceStation. I'm looking down here because I've got it on my fancy phone, which I've got to make replies and shit. So, he's asked 10 questions. Oh, and the game behind me, Battle Arena Toshinden. So, yeah. Does its own thing, leave it to it. So, he asked 10 questions. I have gone onto the cuff with this because I haven't really, you know, looked at them properly. I watched his video a while back and I said I was going to do some responses to him. So, okay, let's begin, shall we? Is this actually going to... Yeah, that's okay. I was just wondering, I thought you were just going to see that. Anyway, first question. What advice would you give to someone starting out on YouTube? My biggest piece of advice, not to sound, because you know I've got a tiny channel, nothing really special about what I do, because what I do is dime a dozen. What I would say to you is, if you were starting off with a channel, make sure you're interesting enough to watch. No, I mean, essentially stay true to yourself. I have watched some YouTubers where they'll kind of start, and rather than, I mean, this is the thing, like you watch Tom Scott and, you know, some of the more famous YouTubers out there who, as soon as they start, they've got a little bit of an air to them, and it can seem primarily fake. And sometimes they'll come on and they'll be quite honest and quite themselves, and those are the moments where you want them to be on there. I mean, that's why a lot of the people I watch are just doing what they do because they love it. So stay true to yourself. Like me, I put fucking masks on and do silly voices, you know. I mean, that's the kind of shit I like doing, and it's a lot of fun. And I don't care if anybody thinks I'm a fucking loon, so I don't care. At the end of the day, whatever you feel like doing, you do. So do it. Not only that, the other thing I would say to you is, if you're going to do something you genuinely enjoy, otherwise there's no fucking point. You're never going to make money off YouTube unless you've got something incredibly special. So, you know, don't ever think you're going to be one of these big channels, you know, with what you're doing. Unless you think you've got something and it's never been seen before, don't ever think that high. Just do it because you enjoy it, and people will come to you and they'll see that you're enjoying it. So, that's what I'd say. So, serious answer. What was the last game you completed? Discworld 2. Yeah, I bought that a while back, and then me and the missus played it all the way through. And it was a bit disappointing, actually. You know, when this is the thing with my nostalgia trips as well, when you have this whole idea of something being greater than it was, and then you go back to it and you go, that's how I felt with Discworld 2 at the end. I don't know why, it was just, it really made me feel disappointed with it. Been playing Zone of the Enders as well, the HD remake, and fuck me sideways, there are some parts of that game where I just thought, what were I smoking? I was probably smoking dope, but, you know, I just look at it and I just think, what the fuck is this? What am I actually watching? What am I actually playing? Some of the lines in it are terrible, and you move around in a dodgy way. It's just bizarre. It is bizarre. Anyway. Oh, it leads into the next question. What's the most disappointing game you've ever owned? Oh, I'm preempting. The most disappointing game I've ever owned. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's Condemned 2. I've talked about this on record before, but I'll do it again. Condemned 2. The first Condemned, as I've said, I find is a fucking masterpiece. Everything about it is great. Things happen because you can't explain it, and it leaves it to interpretation. You can go and find out what's happening if you want to. And it's just this self-contained universe. The acting is brilliant. There's some bits that are genuinely terrifying. And then that second one. It was it was an abomination compared to that first one, and I bought it brand new for like 40 quid, and I just sat there and I just thought, what is this? What have you done? You've changed characters to people that didn't need changing. The game mechanics don't feel the same. All the voices have changed. The music's different. The visuals look all wrong. Everything about it was just fucking wrong. It was almost as if it was going through its teenage years and it was trying to make something of itself, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna make myself look better than I was before. No! That's not what it's about! Anyway, next one. What was your favourite arcade game back in the day? I think I've actually said this before in something else, but it's a tie between two. Time Crisis 2 and Daytona. But I can't tell you which one's the best. It depends on my mood. If I want to shoot the shit out of something, Time Crisis 2. Boom! Right there. If I want to race around and get blared at by some dodgy Japanese-American dudes, Game Over, yeah! And all that kind of stuff. G-A-M-A-U-V. You know, like that when you lose. Yeah, those were two of my favourites. Time Crisis 2 and Daytona. So yeah, that was my favourite. Next, do you prefer PC or console gaming, and why? PC, I have a bit of a stigma against it. I understand why people do it, but it's always console gaming for me. Purely on the fact that I know back in the day you could buy a 3D card and then a week later it's out of date. It's like that kind of thing, and that used to wind me up. I remember buying, I think it was a Voodoo card, and then literally like a week later, oh, we've released the GeForce or something like that, and I was just like sat there like, well, this was a waste of time and money. And that was it. I pretty much had a bender against PC gaming ever since. I understand it's the Uber race, I understand you can do more, and I understand this, that and the other, but I don't give a shit. I'm sorry, but I am a console gamer, and I always have been, and I can't change that. But I just find the console shtick of everything a lot more interesting than I do PC gaming. But I understand why people PC game, and I have nothing against them. It's just, it's how I'm built. So, there you go. Next one. What is your favourite shoot 'em up? Do you mean first person shoot 'em up, or do you mean a shoot 'em up where you're flying around? I should have checked out the video. It's been a while since I watched it. If we're talking first person shooters, I would probably say Half-Life. If I was talking first person shooter, first shoot 'em up. But if we're talking about an actual flying around and shooting things in a plane kind of thing, I would actually say R-Type Delta. I don't know why that one. I enjoyed that one quite a lot. It was one of my favourites on the PS1. So I'll go for that. Sorry, a bit of a jump cut there because I was just checking something because, you know. Has a game ever made you laugh out loud? Which game? Now the reason why there was a jump cut, because a lot of games have made me laugh out loud, which, you know, I'm easily pleased, I can laugh at things. It's just, the reason why this made me laugh, it was called Time Shift, and it was on the Xbox 360, and it was supposed to be a serious game, but fuck me, I managed to find this weird, it makes me laugh even thinking about it. Because what you could do is, right, you could freeze them in time, but you could like shoot them constantly whilst they were frozen in time, and then they blow up. And it was just so funny, because what you could do is, you could shoot them, and then freeze them, and then if you kept on shooting, for some reason, imagine my phone is actually the character would just start to float up into the air, and you'd hear them in slow motion, or even sometimes when it glitched completely, they'd be like, stop where you are, and they'd just float, and then explode. every time, every fucking time, I giggled like an idiot just seeing it. And sometimes you could just keep shooting at them constantly and they'd be just there and then they'd just go pop and explode. And I know it sounds sadistic, but it was just so fucking lazy. It was so rubbish. But, oh, I genuinely, every time, without fail, as soon as I did it, I was in absolute tears of laughter and I had to keep pausing it, go away for a little bit, and then come back because I just used to giggle all the way through it. Unintentional comedy, go play Time Shift. It tries to be serious, but it fails miserably. But it's just so funny. It is so bad and funny. If you could go for a drink with a video game character, who would it be and what would you talk about? I would have probably said, I was going to say Gordon Freeman, but he won't say out, would he? I would probably say Solid Snake is one of them. I'd get him and sit him down for a drink. I'd say, like, you know, how you doing? Who else? That's a weird one, that one. Can I come back to that one? It'd probably be Solid Snake. It'd be Solid Snake on that one, so, yeah. What's your favourite licensed video game? Spider-Man 2. Right off the bat, I can tell you that now because that game's fucking awesome. Just really well made, and it was a sleeper hit. Everybody thought it was going to be wank, and it was great. Play it; it's a lot of fun. Oh, I'm at the end. And give a shout out to another channel. Briefly mentioned him earlier. I'm going to do a few. I'm going to do a couple. I'm going to say Phil Kett because he's a fledgling channel and he's got a few decent things going off. He trades a lot and he has a lot of weird, strange things. And if I had any of the things that he was wanting to trade, I would be up there and saying, "Hey, dude, do you want to trade it?" And he's, yeah, you know, he's one of them. I'd actually suggest go and see what he's doing. He's pretty cool. 90s video game dude, he's a lot of fun. Go watch him. Crazy dude that he is. He's a lot of fun. Go watch him as well. I'll put a link in the description below. Trying to think who else there is. Oh, there's another guy as well. Super Game Super Show, I think his name is. Yeah, they've got some kind of weird thing going off. Let me find their actual name. I have a little personal organiser. I've watched some of their stuff recently, and there's a lot of SGs. Yeah, Super Game Super Show. There we go. Yeah, go watch them. They're quite fun. They're a fledgling channel as well, so give them a little watch. They've got some really weird, odd stuff on there. And they need a few watchers, to be honest, and a few subscribers. They're quite low. Give them a watch. I know I'm looking down here. It's a bit rude, isn't it? Down here. So, yeah, watch that shit. Do it. Boom. But yeah, that's this video response to T-Rex Space Station. And he's a pretty cool dude as well, so go watch him. And spaff off once you've finished. That's an order. Anyway, comment, like and subscribe as you normally do. I've been Dave, you've been some guy called Susan, and you should not be wearing those pants with those t-shirts because they just don't match. There's just no colour. There's no colour. It doesn't match!